15 Facts About Uruguay, the unique country that amazes the whole world. Number 15. The jewel of South America. Tucked between its two giant neighbors, Brazil and Argentina, Uruguay is the second smallest country in South America, yet it holds a personality all its own. With a population of about 3.5 million people, most of whom live around the capital city of Montevideo, this country stands out for its slow pace of life, social stability, and a spirit of freedom that fills every corner of its streets. The climate here is mild, year-round, never too hot and never too cold, much like the southern United States, making it ideal for those looking to escape harsh winters or intense heat. Uruguayans are primarily of European descent, especially from Spain and Italy, and the main language is Spanish, though the accent is softer and easier to understand than in many other parts of the region. With 410 miles of coastline along the Atlantic Ocean, Uruguay offers visitors white sandy beaches like those in Punta del Este, one of the most luxurious resort towns in South America. One interesting fact: Uruguay is one of the few countries in the world with no mountains. The entire landscape is almost completely flat, with only a few gentle hills, making it perfect for cycling, walking, and enjoying nature without having to climb. A small and peaceful land, yet full of things waiting to be discovered. Number 14. Clothing optional beach in Uruguay. Uruguay, often known for its peaceful lifestyle and Atlantic coastline, is also home to two notable clothing optional beaches that offer a relaxed, open-minded atmosphere for curious travelers. These include Playa Chihuahua, located near the town of Portezuelo, and a designated area in the resort city of Punta del Este, both embraced for their quiet elegance and natural beauty. Playa Chihuahua is surrounded by sand dunes and pine forests, making it feel more like a secluded sanctuary than a crowded tourist spot. It's popular among both locals and international visitors who enjoy the liberating feeling of sunbathing in a natural setting. The beach is known for its tranquil vibe, welcoming attitude, and respect for personal boundaries. Punta del Este, Uruguay's upscale coastal city, also includes a clothing optional section for those seeking a more private and personal beach experience. The area is clean, safe, and well-maintained, with amenities that suit both first-time visitors and seasoned naturists. These beaches don't promote extravagance. They reflect Uruguay's cultural openness and relaxed rhythm of life. For travelers who value discretion, comfort, and a genuine connection to nature, Uruguay's clothing optional beaches offer a refreshing alternative to the typical sun and sand getaway. Number 13. Uruguayan Women, the allure of free spirits. If you've ever met a Uruguayan woman, your first impression might be her radiant smile and confident gaze. They embody a charming blend of fiery South American beauty and modern European grace. Their beauty is natural sun-kissed skin, wind-blown brown hair, direct eyes, and a warm smile like a cozy afternoon with a cup of mate. They prefer minimal makeup and simple clothing, yet they carry the calm confidence of someone who knows exactly who she is and feels no rush to prove it to anyone else. These are the women of modern South America, highly educated, working across fields from politics to the arts, and unafraid to speak their minds. Visit Montevideo during Carnival, and you'll see them dancing joyfully in glittering outfits, their eyes shining with a love for life. Yet these same women can passionately debate the latest match of Uruguay's national soccer team, with knowledge that earns them deep respect from many men. One endearing trait is that they treat sharing a hot mate gourd as a form of emotional connection. And if you're ever invited to try a chivito, a national sandwich stuffed with meat and cheese, you'll understand why Uruguayan cuisine reflects the generous spirit of its women. They live fully, love genuinely, and always hold on to their individuality in a world that's becoming more and more alike. That's also why they tend to be open to international friendships. With strong education, widespread English skills, and a modern mindset, many are open to dating or marrying foreign men, as long as there's sincerity and mutual respect for each other's freedom. But be warned, Uruguayan women are famously smart and hard to impress. If you'd like to learn the unspoken rules that might help win their hearts, drop a comment with the number 3. We'll share the secrets and even connect you with some amazing women from Uruguay. Number 12. The first country in the world to legalize homegrown cannabis. In Uruguay, one thing that shocks the world but feels like just another day to locals is that growing and using personal cannabis has been legal since 2013. Not to promote abuse, but as part of a public health strategy, this policy allows the government to tightly regulate use, eliminate the black market, and prioritize public safety. Instead of secret deals, Uruguayans can register to grow up to 6 plants at home for personal use, or join green clubs where members care for and share their crops under strict legal guidelines. Absolutely no selling to tourists is allowed. Everyone must register with real names, follow strict quantity limits, and undergo regular inspections. Many European countries are now studying Uruguay's model as a potential alternative to harsh anti-drug policies. While the world continues to debate, Uruguay has quietly carried out a nationwide social experiment that remains among the most respected cannabis regulation systems in the world. Number 11. Cabo Polonio, the world's most famous village. Without electricity or running water, Cabo Polonio has no paved roads, no power grid, and no public water system like most places. Yet it has become one of the most captivating and unforgettable destinations in Uruguay. Nestled on a stretch of white sand between forest and sea, this tiny village has only a few dozen simple houses surrounded by untouched wilderness. There is no phone signal, no Wi-Fi, no city lights. At night, Cabo Polonio is lit only by the moon oil lamps and millions of glowing stars above. Locals use solar panels for electricity, collect rainwater from rooftops, and receive daily food supplies brought in by off-road trucks across sand dunes. Strangely enough, this lack of modern conveniences creates a complete experience. It is a chance to live slowly, live authentically, and live close to nature. Many visitors come to hear the waves, watch hundreds of sea lions lounging on nearby islands, and embrace a rhythm so slow it feels like time itself has paused. They plan to stay for a day and end up staying a week because in Cabo Polonio, time seems to flow differently. Number 10. Uruguay's national tea culture. When you arrive in Uruguay, you might not see a Starbucks, but you will definitely see people carrying thermos flasks everywhere. On the streets and parks, at bus stops, even while driving, Uruguayans are often seen holding a mate cup in one hand and pouring hot water from a big thermos in the other. This is not a joke. It is part of the national culture. A true Uruguayan never leaves home without all of this. Mate is a strong, bitter herbal tea served in a wooden cup called a calabash and sipped through a metal straw called a bombilla. Step into a mate shop and you might feel overwhelmed by the variety of flavors and health benefits. It aids digestion, reduces stress fights, aging, lowers cholesterol, supports heart health, helps control weight, and more. But what makes it truly special is not the flavor. It is the spirit behind it. In Uruguay, mate is not meant to be drunk alone. It symbolizes friendship and sharing. When someone offers you mate, it means they consider you family. For visitors, being invited to drink mate by a local is an unforgettable experience. Do not be surprised if a taxi driver asks if you want a sip, because here, tea is not just a drink. It is how Uruguayans slow down, connect, and keep their hearts warm. Number 9. In Uruguay, houses do not have numbers. They have names. If you are trying to find a specific address in Uruguay, get ready for a little challenge. Unlike most of the world where every house is marked with a clear number, homes in Uruguay are often named like people. You will come across houses called Mi Sueño, My Dream, La Esperanza, Hope, or Don Pepe, sometimes named after the homeowner's grandfather. It sounds poetic, but for mail carriers and delivery drivers, it can be a nightmare. Many houses on the same street even share names, and there is often no map or clear signage. So finding the right place usually depends on memory, neighborly help, and your ability to ask for directions. Still, this fuzzy charm is part of what makes Uruguay special. Here, every house tells a story. It is a piece of life, a dream, or a cherished memory that simply cannot be reduced to a number. Number 8. Life in Montevideo. The capital city of Montevideo stretches along the Rio de la Plata, where gentle waves lap against the Rambla. This 13-mile-long waterfront promenade is where locals walk every evening to breathe in the salty air and watch the sky turn crimson at sunset. Montevideo never rushes. In the mornings, people stroll to work carrying a thermos of hot water and a cup of mate. Neighborhoods like Ciudad Vieja have an old-world charm with wrought iron balconies and sun-faded wooden shutters, while Pocitos feels modern and lively, filled with cafes, where soft tango music plays beneath the shade of trees. Historic buildings with Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian architecture are scattered across the city, quietly resting under green canopies that make Montevideo feel like it was built inside a forest. You can stop by Mercado del Puerto to try Asado Uruguay's traditional barbecue grilled over coals, or wander through Prado Park, where flowers bloom year-round and locals read books under the trees. Here, the culture of long lunch breaks still lives on. People sip coffee or mate on the patio, chat with friends, or simply watch sunlight filter through the leaves. In Ciudad Vieja, the city's historic district visitors can walk through Puerta de la Ciudadela, an 18th-century gate leading to Plaza Independencia, Montevideo's main square. At its heart stands Palacio Salvo, a 27-story castle-like building that looks almost surreal. When night falls, Montevideo is not loud, but it is full of magic. Live music venues fill the air with the sounds of guitar and Candombe drums. This Afro-Uruguayan rhythm is unique to the country. Along Bartolomé Mitre Street and Mercado Ferrando, cozy bars light up. You can sip a glass of Tanat Uruguay's signature wine and chat with locals who talk to you like they have known you forever. Montevideo is not as noisy as Buenos Aires and not as flashy as Rio, but it has just the right rhythm. It is a place where you can truly be yourself and where each day feels like a soft, slow tango of life. Number 7. The safest country in South America. On a continent often known for its vibrant, noisy, and sometimes chaotic stories, Uruguay feels like the quiet but trustworthy neighbor. According to the Global Peace Index, Uruguay consistently ranks as the safest country in South America, thanks to its low violent crime rates and virtually no serious natural disaster threats. This is not just a number in a report. You can feel the calm the moment you arrive in Montevideo. People stroll leisurely along the Rambla by the sea. Children play soccer in the parks, and the atmosphere always carries a sense of slowness and friendliness. There is no need for armed security forces on every corner. Safety here comes from the community, from the lifestyle, and from a culture that believes in living slow to live long. For travelers looking for a peaceful retirement spot, or those who want to explore South America while still feeling at ease, Uruguay is the quiet surprise on the map. It is a place worth visiting and one that many end up staying in longer than planned. Number 6. Discovering the most mysterious land in South America. Outside of Montevideo, Uruguay unfolds into a gentle, colorful world with a character all its own. In the west, Colonia del Sacramento is a charming historic gem on the Rio de la Plata. Its 17th-century cobblestone streets remain intact, surrounded by mossy walls and flower-filled balconies. This small city once belonged to Portugal, then Spain, and you can feel that layered history in every alley. Along the eastern coast lies a string of fishing villages and untouched beaches far from mass tourism. La Paloma, with its crashing waves and fiery sunsets, draws surfers and nature lovers. Piriápolis, a peaceful seaside town, with classic European architecture charms. Visitors with its tranquility, and Cerro San Antonio, a hilltop spot that offers panoramic ocean views. Or visit Punta del Este, the country's glamorous resort town famous for its Brava Beach and the sculpture Los Dedos, the fingers rising from the sand. Gordy Island, where Charles Darwin once set foot in 1832, is now a favorite for snorkeling and exploring unique coral reefs. Meanwhile, Lobos Island, home to more than 200,000 sea lions, creates a breathtaking scene rarely found elsewhere. The beautiful part is that no matter where you go, you will encounter the friendliness, unhurried pace, and deep respect for privacy that defines the Uruguayan people. This small country does not try to trap you, but somehow it makes you never want to leave. Number 5. Candombe, the beating heart of Uruguay. When night falls on the old streets of Montevideo, the vibrant rhythm of tambour drums begins to echo in the air. That is the sound of Candombe, an African-influenced musical heritage that has become the soul of Uruguayan culture. Candombe originated in the Afro-descendant community brought to Uruguay in the 18th century. Over hundreds of years, the beat has not faded. Instead, it became a living cultural treasure, now recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. Street performance groups called comparsas create a wild symphony, using 3 signature drums, chico high, repique middle, and piano low. Each has a distinct rhythm, and together they form a powerful music that makes it almost impossible to stand still. Today, the annual Las Llamadas festival draws thousands into the streets to dance. Meanwhile, Candombe classes for children are becoming increasingly popular as a way to keep the tradition alive. And when you hear it, you are not just hearing music. You are feeling history, memory, and the spirit of freedom come alive before your eyes. Even more exciting, many modern Uruguayan musicians are blending candombe with jazz rock and even electronic music, creating a new wave that is both traditional and contemporary. When the drums of candombe start to play, it feels like the entire city moves with them. That is the magic of a rhythm with no borders. Number 4. The land of cowboys. Across the vast grasslands of Uruguay, the image of the Gaucho, the South American cowboy, remains a vivid symbol of freedom and a lifestyle deeply connected to nature. Unlike the Wild West stereotype, today's Uruguayan gauchos blend tradition with modern life in charming ways. They still wear baggy bombacha pants, berets, and carry the traditional facon knife, yet they feel perfectly comfortable checking their smartphones in the middle of the field. In regions like Tacuarembó or Durazno, you might see them herding cattle across the endless plains, or taking part in traditional festivals such as Fiesta de la Patria Gaucha, where locals reenact days of horseback riding, camping, and singing around the fire. Today, many young gauchos have even turned their ranches into tourist experiences, where visitors can learn to milk cows, make cheese, or simply relax with a cup of mate under the starry sky. Uruguay has about 4 times more cows than people, and every true gaucho can tell you all about each cow in the herd as if they were close friends. The gaucho spirit, free, independent, and rooted in honor, has become the soul of Uruguayan culture, and a living testament to the harmony between past and present. Number 3. Some of the most vibrant festivals on earth. If Brazil is known for its dazzling carnival parades, Uruguay offers a celebration just as unique. The difference is that here, carnival stretches for 40 nights, making it the longest-running festival in the world. From mid-January through the end of February, Montevideo turns into a lively outdoor stage, with people flooding the streets, bands performing, and candombe drums echoing through every corner. What makes Carnival in Uruguay special is not flashy displays, but its cultural depth. Dance troupes wear traditional costumes and tell everyday stories through a form of musical theater called murga, which combines humor, social satire, and catchy rhythms. For those who love romance, the Montevideo Tango Festival is an unforgettable experience. Held in the spring, it brings together professional dancers and everyday people who all dance together in plazas, parks, and even on pedestrian streets. Tango in Uruguay may not be as showy as in Buenos Aires, but it is more raw, emotional, and soulful. Every New Year, Uruguayans gather to burn giant Año Viejo effigies. This one-of-a-kind tradition symbolizes letting go of the past and welcoming the new. In Uruguay, festivals are not just about celebration. They are a way for people to preserve their identity through each drumbeat, each dance, and each joyful smile. Number 2. Cost of living in the most expensive country in South America. Living in Uruguay might just surprise you in the best possible way. While it's known as the most expensive country in South America, it still feels remarkably affordable when compared to the US or most of Europe. You can rent a one-bedroom apartment in Montevideo city center for around $600 to $850 per month, or as low as $400 in quieter neighborhoods. Utilities like electricity, water, and heating average $75 to $100 per month, with high-speed internet adding another $30 to $40. Service is stable and widely available, even outside the capital. Eating out is easy on the wallet. A full local meal costs $6 to $12, and groceries for a month run about $200 to $250. City buses are around $1 per ride, and a monthly transit pass goes for $35 to $40. Taxis and ride shares are cheap, reliable, and safe. A gym membership costs around $25 per month, and a basic dental checkup is about $30 to $50. All in, you're looking at $1,000 to $1,300 per month to live comfortably as a single person. Compared to the US or Europe, that's still 40 to 60% cheaper. And it all comes with ocean views, peaceful streets, and a slower pace of life that's hard to find anywhere else. With these costs, would you choose to settle here? If yes, choose 1. If no, choose 0. Please share your answer in the comments. Number 1. Food in Uruguay. Walk into any restaurant in Uruguay, and you will be instantly drawn in by the rich aroma of asado, the traditional grilled meat dish that Uruguayans are incredibly proud of. This small country consumes more beef per capita than anywhere else in the world, averaging around 110 pounds 50 kilo per person per year. But Uruguayan cuisine is more than just barbecue. It is a story of flavor blending Italian, Spanish, and Gaucho influences. The chivito, a sandwich loaded with beef, egg, ham, and cheese, is the nation's culinary pride, even though the name meaning little goat has nothing to do with the ingredients. CNN Travel once called it the best sandwich you've never heard of. You can also try Milanesa Uruguay's version of a breaded meat cutlet, often served inside a bun as a quick lunch. One fun fact is that many Uruguayans end their meals with medio y medio, a sweet and lightly fizzy drink made by mixing white wine with sparkling wine. Uruguayan food is not fancy, but it is honest. Just like its people, it is simple, full of character, and always memorable. We've just explored 15 amazing facts about Uruguay together. Thank you for watching our travel documentary to the end. We hope this gives you a fresh perspective on this fascinating country. See you in the next video.